Put me down. Put me down. No! Oh!
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Darth Thrifter. I am a part-time reseller on eBay and a part-time YouTuber on YouTube. First off, I want to thank all 704 returning and new subscribers to the channel. We have eclipsed the 700 mark, which is pretty awesome. When you start a YouTube channel, you always try to strive to get to like your first 100 and then your 500, and now we're at 700. I think we can make it to 1,000. I'm just not the type of person to just pump out content though, so it might take a bit longer than other people. So how have you been, everyone? How have you been? All right, so let's just get into it here. We're going to look at the chart of sales. For today, we brought in $125.58. Last 7 days, we brought in $702.46. The last 31 days, which is up 21.7% from the previous 30-day period, that's up to $2,837.18. The last 90 days is up to $6,786.43. And now, total for this year, we're up to $10,555.65. So all the numbers are still looking good, and we are still heading up in the upward motion. We are not stalled out. We are making sales, albeit, a few hiccups here and there. I'll take a few hiccups over a complete hiccup. What has happened since the last time I talked to you guys? So May ended up being the best month so far this year for sales. And the last 2 weeks, maybe even more, but at least the last 2 weeks have been the two best sales weeks in 2014. Holy crap. 2024. Heading into, what was it? Saturday. This last week, though, we were fizzling out. It felt as if we had reached our maximum potential for the month of May, and they turned the lights out on my store, which was kind of unfortunate because I was, I had to pay the store fees, and then I had an $80 return I had to do. But once June switched over, June 1st, June 2nd, what is today? June 3rd? I don't even know. But in the last 48 hours, I made 10 sales. And even with the return, we ended up still netting $400 with an $80 return. So if I did not get that return this week or this last week, I probably would have had 3 weeks in a row with ascending sales getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this would have probably been the best week yet so far. But I will take it. I will take $400 paycheck every week. The thing that's tough though is, when you're in those stretches, some people, they go a lot longer stretches. Some people have shorter stretches. But when you go half a week to 5 days and your store is doing nothing, you start doubting everything all over again. It's so easy to fall prey to that of like, gosh, well, maybe something's wrong with my store. Maybe something's wrong with my items. Maybe, maybe something's happening and, reselling's not for me. You let all these like questions of doubt seep in. And I kept telling myself, I said, don't worry about it. I was like, it always does this. And I just waited. And then come June 1st, I think it was, maybe June 2nd, whatever day it was, we just started getting bombarded. Offers were going crazy. Sales went through the roof for my little store. So it's just a matter of eBay manipulating visibility for you, for everyone on the platform. So don't let eBay convince you that your store sucks. It's just not your turn in the sun. Uh, we all have to suffer through this lighthouse effect. Unless you're one of the chosen ones from eBay that walk amongst us on YouTube, where life is great and everything they touch turns to gold, like Goldmember. All right, so let's look at January 1st, 2024 to June 3rd, 2024. And we're going to compare that to the same time period last year. And it's kind of our mid-year checkup to see how we're doing. Anyone new to the channel, last year was my first year reselling. So these numbers should be higher. If they weren't, I'd be extremely concerned. But let's look at it here. So total sales were at $10,555.66. Compared to the same time period last year, I am up 47.2% for total sales. Let's see here. Selling costs so far this year is at $3,814.11. The net sales, which is the sales that I got deposited into my bank account, is at $6,129.42. That is up 48.1% from last year. And let's see, quantity sold. We are at 292 items sold this year, and that's up 45.3% from last year. Our average sale price per item, I don't really care too much about this. It fluctuates, but it stays about the same, about $35. But so far this year, we're at $36.15. That is up 1.4% from the prior time period. And yeah, so compared to last year, like I'm right where I should be, as long as it continues. I think I did right about 28,000 total sales. So I'm at 10,555 right now, about the midway mark. And it was the slower time of the year. So, I got some work ahead of me to get to even of what I made last year. But I'm hoping to at least go past that. There's a lot of factors, though, that are involved that I don't have control of. And one of that is sourcing. And the reason I bring that up is, while I'm still finding the hidden gems once in a while, walk into a Goodwill and, well, look at this. I get this way, and I'm sure all of you get this way. When you start sourcing, you start going, oh man, things are drying up. I'm never going to find stuff. It's going to be bad. I can sense it. And you kind of lose hope that way, and you start worrying about future stuff that isn't even on the table yet, that you're just making a final destination for. So I start getting in my head thinking like, well, I can keep this going. This is great. But then I go, what if I stop finding stuff? Then what? Even though I haven't stopped finding stuff, like I've convinced myself at times throughout the year that sourcing's drying up. I'm not going to be able to find any more good items. And then you realize you still have a pile of stuff that's full of good items that gets you through those slow times, which is the main reason why you should probably continue to source all year long. Granted, for everyone it's going to be different because of size of storage and money. But having that nest egg, I know everyone hates touching their pile, but having that nest egg is literally a savings account that you've put aside in your spare bedroom or in a storage unit that has a certain amount of potential. Like, one thing, it has a base potential that you picked it up for a reason, and it has at least whatever potential that you saw in the store or at the garage sale. It also has potential. One, if you don't necessarily list the items right away, you kind of can sometimes surprise yourself. I know James has done this on not my great resale life, where he's gone in and hasn't listed something that's been in a room for like 5 years, and like the value's gone up on it, or it sells instantly. And having that backup gives you a little bit of peace of mind, because like if I didn't source anything for a month straight, I should still have enough stuff currently to bare minimum maintain my sales without going down. But like we know, it's just one of those mental games that, gets played with us. We're never going to find any good items. We always do. That's why it's okay to walk away sometimes from a sale if you're not finding great items. If you're there and you're like, oh, well, let's see, this mouse, I can probably flip it for $9. They're trying to ask $1 for it. Just walk away. Sometimes you convince yourself, oh, I got to buy this. What if I don't find anything? So just do yourself a favor. Learn to walk away from the sale sometimes. And to be honest, it's refreshing sometimes when you come home from some sourcing and you don't bring anything home. Well, it sucks that you wasted that time. I never look at it as wasted time, though, because I'm still enjoying myself. But yeah, you bring home a bunch of stuff and you're excited, but then you realize you got the prospect of listing everything, taking pictures, cleaning, testing. But some of those days where you're like, you go out sourcing, you're hoping to find stuff, but yeah, you don't find it. You come home and you're just like, I'm done. I don't have anything right now. Oh, well, it's a good feeling. I'm sorry. It's a good feeling. But, we're talking about like the mental struggles, of, convincing yourself you're not going to find good items anymore. You convince yourself that your store sucks or your items suck because sales start slowing down. None of these things we have control over anymore. The only thing we have control over is finding the best items we can, taking pictures of them, and listing them. And, that, like I said, we don't have control. Once they're on eBay, it's out of our hands. It sucks that, you can't, it sucks that you can't say, well, I'm making, $10,000 in sales right now. And if I could just double that, the second half of the year, I'll bring in 25,000 sales. I don't know. Like, there's no reason to work hard anymore on eBay. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I think everyone needs to find what's working for them and kind of stay in that lane, what's working for them, and get used to what eBay is allowing you, and then work with that and work around that. So if eBay never changed for me from what I experienced for the most part, I would be ecstatic. If I could almost guarantee myself $30,000 of sales every year doing this part-time, I'd be more than happy. Now, I know people say, well, if you're not growing your business, you're actually losing money. I get it. But at the same time, when you're out there working full-time, you don't look at, I guess, inflation the same way as you would if you were solely selling on eBay. Because, yeah, if you make 30,000 in sales on eBay and it never changes every year, inflation's going to keep going up, and that will just keep knocking down your ultimate, price. While I do want to increase that, it doesn't affect me mentally or even business-wise if I can continue to make that same amount. Now, granted, there's going to be a time frame where that would have to go up to be beneficial as everything else goes up. But in the next couple of years, 2, 3, maybe in 5 years, if I can make that extra money every year as my supplemental income to my full-time job, I'm not complaining. The only thing I'm worried about, I'm not worried about my ability to do it. I know what I've accomplished already, what I am accomplishing this year, and what I can accomplish. What you can't control, though, is what eBay might do, what thrift stores might do. Who knows? I might go to Goodwill one day and they're going to say everything's on eBay now. There's no more physical store. So if you want to shop, pull up to the Goodwill kiosk and shop our online store. Who knows? Anything's possible to happen. And I'm just saying, like, we don't have any control over that. So I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. It works. I'm as normal as a person selling on eBay as you could imagine. So if you're out there and you're just like, I can't do eBay, or all these people say this and that about eBay, it works. Does it take a lot of work? Yeah, it takes a lot of work. It's not what everyone says when you tell them that you sell on eBay. There's been so many people that have been like, hey, I've been selling stuff on eBay, and they go, oh, that's cool. Can you show me how to do that? I'm like, yeah. So then I start telling them about it, and they're like, what, you don't just put something online and sell it? I'm like, well, yeah, but there's a lot more than just putting something online and selling it. And people have a misconception of, they think it's an easy side hustle or profession. There's definitely a lot easier ways to make money than reselling, but there's reasons why you resell, whether it's part-time or full-time. All right, so I'm going to end it here. Hopefully I can come up with some sort of conglomerate of a good video. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about here. I've trapped all my good thoughts inside with my tinfoil hat, so all the bad ones came out. But I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. If you do want your own tinfoil hat, I'll be putting them up on my eBay store for $49.99 plus shipping. This is the base model, though. I might do an upgraded model and line the inside with shipping tape. I need to make a deluxe version of it, though, because this one's kind of hot. There's not, I guess the point is not to have ventilation in it, because then your thoughts can get out and get absorbed. But I don't know. It's kind of sweaty. It's sticking to my forehead. I don't know. I think every one of you should get one of these. My sales increased tenfold when I put mine on. If you are still watching this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell notification. Let's get this up to 705 subscribers. We can do that. So that's only one subscriber. I like to aim low, so when we have great results, it's monumental. Because if I shoot for the moon and I miss, then I'm disappointed. So we'll go for one subscriber from this video, and let's try to get 10 likes. I think that's doable. But like I always say, all good things must come to an end. Until next time.
I'm only here to capture the traitor I told you about.
This traitor, who is he?
It isn't a he, it's a she. It is the baby I took from Randor, Princess Adora.